Why is India so terrified of Sikhs? A fear that has driven a future superpower to launch a program of illegal assassination on the soil of its competitors for global dominance. Western observers are still struggling to understand why India would risk so much simply to target a small number of Sikhs. The clue, however, lies in a simple fluttering yellow flag, bearing a small but deeply powerful symbol, the Kandar. What India knows, the British have forgotten and the US never knew, was that Sikhs represent an extraordinary power, born of spirituality but manifested in uprising and action. A warrior class driven by simple moral values, not afraid to stand up and call out oppression wherever it sees it. And the reason they are perceived as such a threat by India, and arguably the British establishment, is that those values are in direct opposition to the traditional Western model of colonial control. A model that built empires across the world, but also still continues to keep India in its current authoritarian form. The growing movement for an independent Khalistan, ratified in 1986 after the atrocities against Sikhs 2 years earlier, unifies the values of the Sikh community. Those values are philosophically opposed to the model that currently ties India into a colonised nation of diverse cultures, forcibly united under the central control of a ruling class. Khalistan, on the other hand, offers a fundamentally different model. One not dominated by any one community, not even Sikhs, but a nation where all are welcome, all are seen as equal, under a governance where everyone has equal input. A model proven to work by the 19th century Sikh Empire until its destruction by British colonialists. And a model that doesn't just directly contradict the old colonial model, it offers ordinary people a fairer, more just and better way of living. And this is why India, and others trying to perpetuate the colonial model, fear the concept of Khalistan so deeply. Because they fear it will prove to be more attractive to ordinary people of India, even Hindus. Sikhs have risen up many times in the past to confront fascism and oppression whenever they see it. Uprisings during the 1970s emergency, the 1980s oppression of the Punjab, and even the recent farmers' protests. Every time, Sikhs have stood up unhesitatingly to the aggressive march of Indian authoritarianism. And now Sikhs around the world are uniting behind that fluttering yellow flag bearing the Kandar, this time to demand the re-establishment of their nation, to prove once again to the world Khalistan offers a better alternative to authoritarian colonial rule. And this is why India fears Sikhs so deeply. South Asia is at a critical juncture in the region's history, and what unfolds over the next few years will shape the region's and indeed the world's future. It's up to the Sikh community now to fight to ensure they have a place in that future. You've been watching Sutlej TV News. Don't forget to click on that subscribe button to make sure you get to see stories as they're broadcast. And of course, if you have any comments or opinions on any of our news stories, you can comment below, or indeed drop us a direct message at message@sutlejtv.com. We do like to hear from you. In the meantime, thanks for watching for Sutlej TV News. I'm Angus Scott in London.